Pro Teachers video, technology integration for teachers and Intel education. So we were supposed to do that against the criteria given in terms of, for example, the basis of the selection done, the things that were considered, whether that method or that video meets the learning objectives, whether the content was accurate or current, whether maybe the video is of good quality, amongst other things. And this is what we found out.
Yes, we looked at the 3 Pro Teachers video. The Pro Teachers video, we had the Intel end. So with regard to the Pro Teachers video, the video was on professional development for quality teachers. We evaluated 2 video clips. First video clip was on working with families. This was a literacy project that uses partnerships with parents. We discovered that the activities were not suitable for learners. Most of them, for instance, some activities that were used, they could not match the subject. They were more appropriate for physics and like mathematics. We also evaluated another video clip that is education for all. We've realized that it was relevant in terms of content. The speed of delivery of the presenter was, however, a bit difficult to follow, especially for slow learners. Comparing the Pro Teachers and the Intel, we discovered that the Intel was more learner-centered, and most of the Intel was more learner-centered as opposed to the Pro Teachers, which was more teacher-centered. With the Intel, the learning was found to be all round, not confined to the classroom. That is, students will rely on the ground while using laptops, as opposed to learning in a classroom setup. The Intel has more mobile classroom courses. The learners were allowed to exchange and share knowledge. They would exchange materials, and the Intel was more hands-on, full participation by students. So the students were engaged in various activities as opposed to the Pro text.
Yeah, in fact, in most of the, if you look at the video, you realize that learners are everywhere on the floor. Others are busy comparing results, maybe from 3 laptops, meaning that it is more flexible, it is learning in any situation, and that way learners are able to construct more knowledge.
Let me add on the one on education for all. This video was relevant for comparative education. It's my area of specialization, and it was under Pro Teachers video. The content was relevant, and also the images that were used to help the student conceptualize the aspect were quite in order. They were good. So current, since we are through with the Millennium Development Goals, and now we're talking about Sustainable Development Goals, and therefore with the enhancement of education for all goals, this video is quite relevant for this particular course.
And generally, if I may add something that my colleagues might not have mentioned, is that generally the videos, the quality was not very good for both. I think something needs to be done so that especially the presenters in the video their voices should be should be clear, that students can understand what the presenter is talking about.
However, we discovered that in all the videos, we discovered that they were usable, meaning that the users, from the most experienced to the users without any skills on information technology, could easily find their way and navigate through the various resources.
Now there was the technology integration for teachers, which had a very friendly interface, and I think from our discussions we saw that it uses different languages, and at the same time there's a lot of, when you look at the content area resources, for example the social studies, you realize that there is learning with a lot of fun. For example, there are animations, there are documents, there are photos, there are also videos, and there are also simulations. For example, one where one is supposed to be teaching on the hardships of third world farming, a simulation there showing the hardships that are there, meaning that the learning is fun. The students can have a lot of fun as they learn.
Thank you. That was our evaluation of the three sites.